Habits stay with you even when you don't have the motivation. Neeraj Agnihotri. My friends, each and every day. This is what I do. Every day, whether I'm motivated or not, I am in the markets. I am reviewing the charts. Again, you need to make your practice trades. You need to just do it because that's who you are. And when I deal with students who are just totally committed and they know they're going to do it for however long it takes, I'm like, you'll be successful. You'll learn this. Not saying it's easy, but I'm saying it is absolutely 100% doable. Stick with it. You can do this. I'm your biggest fan. Everything down for the day. Looks like those inflation numbers hit, and they hit hard. We see everything from stocks, bonds, gold to Bitcoin. Everything down. Let's jump first into the S&P 500. Let me brighten the screen up a little bit. There we go. And as we look at what's going on today, down 1.38%. Coming down, penetrating the weekly trend line on the half day. 2 days just turned into a spinning top. That is now finished drawing. We saw a spinning top back on January the 31st. That 2-day candle starting then, and the 17th. And, of course, we saw one on the 8th of January. Now, of course, as we moved, this is on the 2-day chart, as we moved toward the end of the year, we saw, things topping out. And then, of course, we can look over here on the weekly chart, and we saw for that entire week, things went down, then they went up, right? Well, that provided a doji for us. We saw a doji on the 2-day. They're starting on the 8th and 9th of January. So again, started the year off with a doji, and then, of course, what did things do? You had average volume there, and then, it didn't have a rotation over. In fact, had below average volume, and then the up move started again. So it paused, took a breath, digested that up move, a lot of indecision in here, and then turned around and started sprinting up again. We are far away at this point from a doji. If over the next, 2 days? It's already Wednesday. Already finished the markets on Tuesday, going into Wednesday. 3 days could do it, but we'll have to just wait and see. But we do have a doji on the 2-day, which again is showing us a slowdown, but again didn't prevent these up moves, here, or here. So we'll continue to watch, wait, and see. Price on the 2-day is still above that weekly trend line. And of course, the weekly going up those nice stair steps. But we do see that pullback. 1 day doesn't make a change. But if we get it and it continues to move, it could. Now, down even more is the NASDAQ 100, QQQ. And of course, what do we see there? Well, down 1.56%, another spinning top there. And of course, a doji at the end of the day on Monday, and then down. And of course, we see the candle trying to penetrate that weekly trend line on the half day. So again, we will keep an eye on things and see how long this pullback goes, how much it is. Good news for our down moves in bonds, down 1.71%. Now, what do we see on the single inverse bond fund? TBF, Tango Bravo Foxtrot, the ProShares short 20-year. Of course, it's up 1.71%. So again, just a little sophistication for you. What happens with the inverse funds is they go up when the others go down. That's what an inverse fund is all about. And you might say, Tom, why don't you track this when things go negative? I could. I just try to keep things simple. And in fact, I like using the underlying asset anyway. I don't want to track the derivative. I would rather track the original and then watch the derivative follow it. So again, going down, if you're going to do a practice trade and follow the down movement in bonds, TBF, there are others. It's just the single inverse. So again, it does have more increased expenses. There's all sorts of potential downsides to these. But again, if you're just doing the single inverse, yes, the expenses are more. Yes, it is retargeted each and every day typically. So again, can magnify losses for you. But again, it can be a beautiful way when you're following a down move in the market, whether it's on the S&P 500 SH, whether it's on the NASDAQ 100 PSQ. All three of these, TBF, all three of these are single inverse funds that we would encourage you to think about practice trading. And in fact, I'm going to put at the end of today's video, for those who hadn't taken it, the training on inverse funds, how to make money when markets crash in your practice trades. I want to encourage you to watch that and give us some feedback on what you think about it. Put it out quite a while ago, and it's been a good training for folks. So we see things moving down. You can see things leaping down on this 2-day candle. And of course, down in the morning, further down in the afternoon, look at all that look at that average volume. Below average volume, that is at the end of the day on the half day. Below average volume for the last 3 2-day candles, so 6 days of that. Didn't have, high volume last week, but we had that peak and then things rolled back over. So again, moving in the right direction, which is down, resuming that. We look at gold. Gold down nicely, 1.38%. And of course, magnifying this week as we look at the 2-day, really dropping over and down, a little bit above average volume. That's nice to see. And you also saw that peak volume most recently where things topped out and hit what? The purple line, which for us, we use purple lines to show ceilings. And we've seen that several times. So we do see gold just trundling down hard. Now, what about Bitcoin? Again, I don't want to just explain this every single time. The reason this is so short, because it's new, because XBTF closed. This is the new VanEck Bitcoin Trust with all the new cryptocurrency spot ETFs that have come out. They redid theirs. We'll use the 24-hour day Bitcoin chart. You can see over the last 24 hours where, again, things have rolled back. Again, only down 0.82%. At this moment on the 24-hour a day Bitcoin chart. Again, that 2-day chart just continuing to perk up. We look at HODL, and of course, it looks like it's pretty much sideways here when you look at how it moved throughout the course of the day. It's showing down 1.63%, but again, we still have an up move seemingly underway here with Bitcoin. Of course, everything pulling back for the day. Bitcoin pulled back too. But my friends, that is where we are as we end the day on Tuesday. Get ready to go into Wednesday. We so appreciate you being with us. We always love to hear from you. Check out the training at the end of today's video on inverse funds, how to make money when markets crash. Of course, with that caveat in your practice trades, we're not a stock calling service, not a Bitcoin, gold, bond, any of those things are not a stock calling service. Equity calling service. We're an education firm. We want you to practice with us, learn how to trade, and only when you feel comfortable, after practice trading for a long period of time, after doing your fractional trading and taking all the courses, classes, reading books, working hard, understanding what you're doing. And again, part of the key to that, when you start feeling comfortable being able to track the markets, that's when we encourage using small dollar amounts like $100, buying a fractional share if you have to on something like the S&P 500. Of course, it's trading at about $500 a share. So you buy a fractional share, depending on if your broker offers those for $100, then you can really track yourself. If you lose 2%, not a big deal. If you lose 20%, you've only lost $20. Far different if you're throwing amounts like $10, $50, $100,000 in the market. I encourage you, if you're going to do stuff like that, go to Vegas. Go to Vegas, at least you can watch a show, and maybe if you're a big spender, you can get a free hotel room as you lose everything. Don't do that, friends. This is not about gambling. This is about charting. God bless. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.